Mike. We are now live on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. I can honestly say, guys, I'm probably the best dressed reseller in the house tonight. In the house, not only am I looking fresh, but man, you ever want a soft, beautiful sweater? This is it. This thing is beautiful. It's nice and soft. It's got the ribbons around here. I don't even know what you would put this in the description or the title, but it's beautiful. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Let me say hello to some people in chat. We got Rusted Raccoon in the house. Tracy, how are you? Heather, how are you? Thrifty Santa is in the house, guys. The Bearded Picker. I had so much amazing, cool comments last night from the Bearded Picker. Such a humble guy. Go check that interview that I did with him yesterday if you missed it. KC, what's going on? The Vegan Flipper. I think we're doing a pickle thing. I don't know. We'll have to get in touch because I would love to hang out with you again. Ten of Hearts, Beth, what is going on? She's got a great YouTube channel. Jenamine's got a great YouTube channel. Gina, what's going on? Greek, what's going on? Jason, what's going on? Rita, what is going on? Uh-oh, we have the Pink Panther in the house, guys. Pink Panther in the house. All right, so I have got a fantastic guest for you tonight, as always. I never disappoint. I don't want to disappoint you guys. I try my hardest to get amazing guests in here. And tonight, we've got a fantastic guest. I did see Rusty Raccoon. Maybe he's playing some poker, but I got to put this on my phone, by the way. Jenamine, congratulations on 15,000 amazing, cool people, really cool resellers, friends, family. Guys, I hit 15,000 people on my Instagram, so I'm humble. I'm blessed. I don't know. Words can't explain. I wish I can reach to this screen and give you guys all a Rally Your Roots fist pump or a high five or something. But guys, this is not about me. This interview is never about me and this beautiful sweater. It is about a really cool guest that's on the other way here. You look very cool today. Thank you. This does have a story, guys, and I didn't tell Katie this, and I didn't tell Pink Panther this, but I've got an idea for the sweater. I've got an idea that I'm going to tell you guys. It's going to be really cool. So let's get into this. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and have my guest introduce himself. Go ahead, my man.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jason, also known as Thrift Trader on YouTube and Instagram. I've been a reseller on eBay for 10 years. And it's not really a job to me. It's a passion. So,
Jason, man, I would say you not only do you have great sound over there on that mic, but you are one that I am super glad, super humbled, super blessed to have you on the YouTube channel. I remember, I think it was last week, you tell me, we were talking via Instagram, right? And you were like, hey, you asked about the sweater, and I told you, I'm going to make sure that I wear the sweater during your interview because I know this thing's going to go viral, right?
Oh, man. Golly, I cannot believe what you're doing right now. You're in a garage that's 91 degrees, and you're wearing a sweater, not just buttoned halfway, but all the way.
Guys, it's called dedication, and that's what I have. You guys want me to stand up and show you guys? Let me suck in my gut here. This is just unreal, guys. Unreal. Jason appreciates good style.
Oh yeah. Jason, that right there is a winner. $100 winner.
Jason, do you have a wife or a girlfriend?
I do. I'm married, got 2 kids. The good Lord thought he was going to be funny and gave me 2 daughters. So I'm seriously the only dude in the house.
Jason. So that brings me to my next question. Does the wife think you have great style or sense of style?
I would sure hope so. She married me and has to go everywhere with me. So hopefully she thinks I have good style.
All right, guys. Well, let's get into this. I will tell you the story of this sweater. I will also tell you what we're going to do with it because it's going to be cool. I just thought about it. This time, my idea did not come out of the shower, by the way. All right. So, Jason, you just answered one of my questions, how long you've been a reseller. Give me a little bio on you. If we were stuck in an elevator, like back in the day when Gary Vee was stuck in the elevator with those two people, what? Tell me like how you became a reseller. Give me the whole skinny on you. Give me like a minute elevator speech of kind of how you became an eBay reseller.
Okay, sure. Well, I started dating this girl back in, I guess it was 2007, and she told me that she was selling used Victoria's Secret bras on the internet, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like, you've got to be joking me." And she's like, "No, that people actually buy that stuff." I was like, "Well, where do you sell them?" She told me eBay, and I was like, "That's crazy." Like, and then instantly I was like, "Well, shoot, if people buy used bras, people will buy almost anything." So it just kind of sparked my interest, and that's kind of where I started. I started selling neckties, and it was an interesting venture. And then I kind of ventured out into men's clothing, and I did men's clothing only for like 2 or 3 years, and then kind of went into women's clothing, and now I'm into shoes and electronics and pretty much anything that has value.
Now, Jason, have you sold a few bras before in your lifetime?
Honestly, no, I have not.
No.
That's like, I don't have any problem at all going through like the women's clothing section. As a matter of fact, like, at first I was a little nervous about it, but then it just kind of went away. But and I actually had somebody tell me in the thrift store, like a woman came up to me and she's like, "Are you planning on wearing that tonight?" And I was like, "Well, only if you want me to."
Hey, I'm not afraid. I get in there in the women's section, guys. You guys know my Ross hauls did include some sports bras. I will sell anything. I used to get a little weirded out, not me weirded out, but just like I thought other people were getting weirded out because I'd be on Instagram live in the women's section looking at bras and like stuff like that, and pointing my phone and talking and without any headphones or anything. And that got a little weird for people staring at me. But I overcome it. I was just like, yeah, it is what it is. I got to show my audience what I'm picking up, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty incredible. So 2 daughters, a wife. Tell me, like, how old are your daughters? Like, what does your wife think of you full-time reselling?
My daughters are 6 and 3. So they're at the fun age. And my wife actually is a homeschool mom, so they get to stay home, and Jessica really likes me doing reselling because it gives me kind of a more of a loose schedule. I'm not full time. I've been full time in the past, and it's a tough job being full time. But I eventually want to get back to being full time. It's just going to take a little bit of time and effort in building the business.
It does take time. It's a big thing. A lot of people want to go full time, and I'm a big fan of, hey, work your butt off while you've got a job, and then you can build your side business, to where it needs to be, so you can just slip right in there. A lot of people sometimes go too early, and then they have to go back to a full time job. And we were talking about that yesterday, Jason. I was like, look, if it doesn't work out the first time, you're back to the 9 to 5. So it's tough. It is tough, and that's why, I worked at T-Mobile, guys, in the business department for going on 10 years. And I had handle a lot of bigger accounts here in Oregon. And that was kind of my thing, is like, I could have left, 6 months earlier, but then decided, hey, I'll stay and build the eBay business thing on the side. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely takes some time and effort. I was a full-time reseller for 1 year, well, 2 years, but not consecutively. And both times, it was a grind, and there's nothing wrong with that grind. I mean, it puts a fire underneath you. It's just, as I was trying to make it full time, my family was growing. I was buying a house, and I was, having one of my children, and then another one came. So I mean, like, our expenses grew, and so I just kind of moved back to a normal working environment, and still do eBay as pretty much like 50% of my income currently. So
So I do have something to show you guys. I do have something to show you guys. Jason is pretty famous. All right, you ready for this? Pretty famous. Pretty famous. All right. So this was eBay Open, guys. We got Rake and Profit. Who cares about that guy right there? We have Casey over here. Man. It was a pleasure. By the way, you had the most amazing T-shirt ever.
Thank you.
Especially in Vegas. Especially in Vegas. How did you like eBay Open, real quick, and then we'll move on?
Oh man, eBay Open was amazing. I have to tell you, everybody that's never been, you don't know what you're missing until you actually get there. You really don't. I mean, I know that it's an investment, but look at it this way: it's a Vegas trip on a tax write-off, and you get to meet all these other resellers. You get to market yourself. You get to learn what other resellers are doing to build their eBay business. I mean, it's not just about thrift stores. I mean, there's people that purchase in bulk. There's people that do wholesale. There's people that do thrift stores. There's people that, I mean, the sky is the limit, with eBay and online retail. So, I mean, just going and talking with other resellers, it's absolutely amazing what you find out about people, like how people are building their empire. It's amazing.
It was truly fun to network. It was cool to meet so many amazing people and just be there in the audience. The energy was really cool. They had really good breakfasts, guys. Like, I was drinking way more cups of coffee than I normally drink. You had gourmet coffee. I mean, it was incredible. So before we go any further, I'm going to continue to put his YouTube channel in chat. He's already got an amazing amount of videos, guys. Let me know when you subscribe to him so I can shout you out. I'm trying to get better at doing that during the chat, guys. I'm still a tiny YouTube channel. Sometimes I have a hard time looking at chat. So if you guys can, put a bunch of emojis in there so I can see it if you want to.
So Katie Silverberg in the house. Katie, nice to have you. She said, ask Jason what his superpower is going to be now that he's been bitten by a radioactive beetle. Well, last night at work, a bug bit me on my palm, and I posted a picture of it on my personal Facebook page, and I was freaking out because I was like, what's going to happen to me?
Well, let's see it, Jason. Come on now.
Oh, man. Let me see if I can find the post here. And but until I find it, anyways, and I was just freaking out because I thought it was the elusive kissing bug, and I thought I was gonna, die. And all my friends were like, "Oh, you'll be all right. Suck it up, Buttercup." And then Katie comes in here and she's like, "They laid eggs underneath your skin." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh my God, that would freak me out.
Yeah, it was an interesting night last night, to say the least.
Well, it's that I'm actually one of those that if I find a big spider in the house, I'll actually find something and take it outside. Where Ashley's the complete opposite. She's running to get the broom to smash it as much as she possibly can. And I'm the one's like, well, let's save it. It's good for the ecosystem. We'll put it outside. And it's crazy. There's some massive spiders around this area because we've got a big thing of water over there. But first of all, tell the people where you live, kind of where you're at. That was a good question that I wanted to ask you, where you're at and where you thrift at, but also where you're at, because supposedly there's some crazy bugs in your area.
Oh yeah. Well, I live in Oklahoma. I call it the armpit of the United States. It's real hot and muggy in the summertime here, and it's just absolute bugs everywhere. So we get our house sprayed once a year, and I got to constantly clean off the front porch because bugs just kind of migrate in and make their homes there. But man, Oklahoma is a great place for sourcing for eBay. I mean, it is absolutely insane. Like, I think Oklahoma City, I live 20 minutes southwest of Oklahoma City, and we've got probably 40 thrift stores in the Oklahoma City metro area alone. So it's great.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So tell me, like, let's take a couple steps back here. I'm curious. Like, so give me like a day in the life of you when you're thrifting, right? So tell me kind of like what days do you like thrifting? And then, are you going to Goodwill bins? Or are you going to like actual brick and mortar thrift stores? Or are you going to like garage sales? Where are you thrifting? And then I'm curious, it's funny. I always love interviewing people and they've got their mannequins and their steamers and their clothes hangers back there, just going to work, going to town. So give the audience here an idea of kind of where the day in the life of you when you pick an item, from when you pick the item to when you list it.
Sure. So I usually like thrifting in the middle of the week where there's less people in the thrift store. You have better odds of finding good things in the middle of the week because most people are at their 9 to 5. And I actually have, I still have the ability of doing that considering I work 1 week on, 1 week off at my real job. So I actually get a full week to go out and source things. And it's pretty interesting around here. Goodwill has actually been going up on their prices. And because of that, I'm finding a lot better items at the bins. We have a Goodwill bins in Oklahoma City. And that's something that I'm really kind of realizing is Goodwill's upping their prices and nobody's buying them. So they ultimately end up at the bins for $2 a pair of shoes. So, if you just get your rubber gloves on and go dig, you'll probably find a bunch of stuff. I mean, I found, I found a pair of men's Nakona boots. I paid $2 for them, and they were anteater skin, and I sold them within 1 hour on eBay for $250. So, I mean, I found 2 Hermes ties at the bottom of the bins, just like right next to one another. And those sold for like $90 a piece. So, I mean, there's tons of stuff in the bins here. It's crazy.
Well, I'm curious to see, how does your bins work? Or is it where you kind of line up kind of like my bins and then you guys all go in, or how does it work? Do you need football gear to go to your bins?
It's really not that bad. Everybody's kind of, mindful of one another. You kind of have to watch your cart every once in a while. You'll find somebody poking around in there. But other than that, yes, they wheel them out. They have everybody kind of stand back as they're like bringing out a new row of bins, and then they like blow the whistle, and everybody. It's like the land run all over again.
How does the wife? Does she go? Does the wife go?
No, man, that's not her cup of tea. She's the reseller wife. She's not the reseller.
Okay. Hey, I love getting the skinny. I love getting the skinny.
Oh yeah.
People, it's my show. I got this comment the other day, and they're like, "Hey, what? Get to the point." And I was like, "Well, the point of my show, at least this show, if you go back in my YouTube, guys, you'll see a lot of videos that are just me talking that are about a subject or a website or something. But these interviews are about the people as much as they're about reselling, because I think they go hand in hand, and it kind of shows your personality. So I do want to, Victor, my man, are you a Denver Broncos fan? I can tell you one. I'm not. Like, I actually want Case Keenum to succeed, so I guess I kind of am a little bit. I want them to be good, but I did pick Case Keenum to be my FanDuel lineup as my quarterback for the Thursday through Monday slate. So if you guys play FanDuel and you want to see my lineup, it's on Instagram. But all right, enough about that. I had to answer that question though, Victor, because I hope he does good. So the reselling. So first and foremost, you're working a week and then you're off a week. That is like literally the perfect situation to do reselling on the side.
Oh, absolutely. I work 12-hour shifts. I actually work overnight. So I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Then I come home and I just crash out, man. It just wears me out. The thing is like that week that I'm at work, I'm like nearly non-existent. And actually this morning I got off work at 7 a.m. this morning, and now I have a full week off. So I work Wednesday evening to Wednesday morning. So I'm really excited for the next week. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to be posting a couple of YouTube videos because I actually fell off the planet on YouTube for about 3 or 4 months, and I'm ready to get back into it for sure.
It's literally like there's nothing more that energizes you than to hear that cha-ching. You know, that crazy like sound that I love hearing. And not only that, but fourth quarter's right around the corner. And guys, just work your butt off. Like, seriously, work your butt off and get stuff listed, because I truly believe eBay is a big portion of eBay success is a numbers game. The more, just like the more, you know, lines that you have in the water, the more fish you're going to catch. If, you know, you have a lot of items, get those things listed so you have them out there, more eyeballs on your product and your store. So get fourth quarter going. Get fourth quarter going. What are you doing, Jason, to prepare for this busy season?
Okay, so I've got, this is hard for me to admit, but I have a sizable death pile. So I need an intervention. And the thing is I just recently contracted one of my close friends. She's going to be taking pictures and listing these items for me. I'm paying $2 a listing. That's kind of, I think that's a fair rate. I think $2 a listing. She can, once she gets to about as quick as I was doing it, I mean, shoot, it could turn into $20 an hour, close to it. And so I've got, oh my gosh, man, I probably have 300 or 400 items that I can get thrown up on eBay right now. And that's my goal for the next month, is to really just make a big push and get that stuff posted up on eBay, because the sooner it's up there, the sooner it's going to sell. Because I mean, sitting here in my shop, it by itself, you know, it's not going to list itself. It's not going to make itself money. I wish it would, but I have yet to figure that one out.
Rosie, welcome in. So I want to ask a question to the chat, guys. Ask a question to the chat, guys. Who here needs an intervention? Type 1. Who here needs an intervention? Because we all sometimes get to that point. We have a bunch of inventory, and it is money piles, but if you don't list it, you need an intervention. I think, Jason, you may have just started something new on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. Seriously. Look at all these ones.
Oh, man. Golly. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's hard to stop sourcing. That's the best part of it, is going out. It's like the adult Easter egg hunt. You know what I'm saying? So like, you go out and you're like just looking for stuff of value. I tell people my death pile, it's not a death pile. It's my life. It's my retirement plan, you know?
Oh, you're incredible, Jason. You're incredible. Is there any way, I don't know if it's possible. I saw you looking to the right. I'm curious, like, is it just a big, massive pile there? I mean, can you show us or no?
Oh man. Well, I've got stuff everywhere. Okay. It's not even organized. I'll just put it to you that way.
Let's just do a quick grab, like 5 or 6 items. Let me show what you're picking up.
Right.
This is
so this, for instance, is a Kenwood stereo graphics equalizer. The model number is 1070KE. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. It's either $10 or less. So, yeah. There's one thing.
Ash just says I have a death pile, and it's called the money pile, okay? The retirement pile. And
Here, one more. I'll give you one more. Look at this. It's an old school Coleman catalytic heater from the 1970s. This thing has never been used. And it's like that puke green color.
That thing is so beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I think I gave $5 for this. So I'm excited to sell that too.
Amen. Come on now. This is 2 days in a row. Yeah, I think last live show you did a super chat. I appreciate you. Thanks for an amazing positive channel. I really do appreciate the super chats. I say this every single time. I wish I can like reach through the screen and give you like a personal high five and maybe a hug, because this thing is really, really soft. So I do appreciate that. You're amazing. What else, Jason? What else we got? Come on, a couple more things.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's see here. Dude, I seriously don't even remember what's in this bag. That's how bad I've got it.
I'm excited.
That's how bad. I know, it's like Christmas. What is this? When did I buy it? I don't remember. It was sometime this year. Men's LL Bean leather jacket.
Ooh, that will sell. You need to get that on quick.
Yeah, it's a leather bomber. It's got like the the ribbed cuffs here. So yeah, men's LL Bean ribbed bomber leather jacket.
Jason, if I was walking down the street, let's say I was getting coffee or a bagel or something, and I overheard you saying like bomber jacket, ribbed, like long sleeve, like I'd be like, what? With the way you look, I'd be like, right.
Oh man, dude, I've got a pair of Filson pants in there that I just dug out of a nook or cranny somewhere in my house that I'd bought at some point.
So I know that you have a Facebook group, right? eBay Sellers Anonymous, right?
Yeah.
I told you before the show, people. I say this every single time. Those that have been on my show, Katie can tell you, like everybody that's ever been on my show, it is unscripted. There's no like I don't send anybody like any kind of like, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. It is literally unscripted. So the reason I say that is like you get this amazing response from people, and I just appreciate you coming on because I got to meet you in Vegas, and you're amazing. Yep. So tell me a little bit about this. I know we're jumping ahead here a little bit in my line of questions, right? But tell me a little bit about eBay Sellers Anonymous Facebook group. I love the name. Do you have like a little tab? If you need intervention, click here and connect.
You know what? That is a really good idea. And I think that's going to be kind of like my slogan for promoting the Facebook group is come here if you need intervention from as an eBay seller. You know, that's really what it's about is holding each other accountable. Of course, I need all the accountability I can get. All I do is just go buy and not much sell at the moment. But man, it's an awesome group. I enjoy it thoroughly. I recently made a push to hit 2,000 members, and we're there. And because of that, I'm going to be posting a men's shoe bolo list for the entire members of the group. It's really, I promote on that group. People get on YouTube or not on YouTube, on Facebook Live within the group and show us your hauls. I want to see what everybody's buying because I learn from it and everybody else learns from it. It's really interesting to see, what everybody's buying for resale or how people are running their business. I mean, it's like I said earlier, it's so much more than just thrifting. So it's just a really tight-knit community, and I'm excited to have started it, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's so I always say this, I truly mean it. And I was talking with Bearded Picker yesterday. Like the things that get the biggest, like his YouTube channel is blown up, right? In chat. And the things that get the biggest is when you have like the purest intentions, and then it just grows. Like sometimes the less focus you have on something, but you just do it, naturally, like, just stuff like snowballs. And I think that's kind of like with your Facebook group. It's free to join, right? I mean, anybody can join it.
Oh yeah. It's absolutely free to join. And And I welcome any and all resellers, anybody that's looking for help, anybody that's willing to pitch in with their knowledge. You know, I mean, that's what it's all about, is everybody learning from one another on how to better their business, how to make better sourcing decisions, how to, you know, make every dollar count in your business and help it grow.
So guys, if you have questions, put it in chat. I've got a lot more. We've got a lot more to this interview, but if you got questions, put it in chat. Rita says, nothing but awesome people here, Wade. You guys are all very special to me. And I appreciate that, Rita. Seriously. I don't have the cool accent like Jason has, though.
Hey, what can I say? Oklahoma, born and bred.
But you know, I have the cool sweater. He has the cool. Hey, by the way, do you know the back end story to this sweater, Jason?
A little bit. I think. Let's see. Pink Panther had to do a. I guess it was a Snapchat song. If Katie could sell that sweater within a certain amount of time for $100, and I think that time was 1 week, right?
It was on auction for, I believe, a week. I could be wrong. I had to bail out Katie. I mean, she is so amazing. I bailed her out last couple seconds. I bailed her out, and so here's the thing. You guys remember, Jason? Was it last show or the one before that where you super chatted me $100, two $50 super chats, and and I just want to say I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much because you own. I feel like I should take half the sweater and mail you half.
Oh no.
You own half the sweater, my man.
What are you getting at? What are you getting at, Wade?
You own half the sweater.
Oh man.
I took one for the team. I'm super excited. I did not get to watch her sing, so I need to go back and watch that. But for those that are wondering, that's where this came. And I'm thinking about mailing this to different resellers that do YouTube, and then we can do like a pass off basically. So I'll mail this to another reseller. They'll put it on and do a YouTube show, and then we'll mail to another one. So that's my idea, guys. Let me know in chat if you think that'd be a cool idea. If I mailed this to other resellers, they then can put it on. They then can do the live show. And let me know. And if you want me to do that, put in the chat which resellers you want me to send this to, and I will take the most. But
oh man, that's a crazy idea. Well, I'll just say off the bat, I look good in blue, don't I? So
yes. The only thing about the sweater that looks good on me is it brings out my blue eyes. So, all right. So Jason, we know your circumstance. We know how you're thrifting. Are you putting? I always like to ask this question. Are you putting stuff on mannequins, or are you hanging it, or flat laying?
Yeah, with shirts and with shirts, tops, jackets, blazers, stuff like that. Yes, I do put it on mannequins. I've got a dude and a chick mannequin. They're just like just the torso, or like from the waist up without arms. And I have the chick on a lazy Susan, so I just kind of spin it around as I need to take photos. And the dude, I actually intended on getting on a lazy Susan, but after spending half a night getting the chick mannequin on one, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna, I'll do it the manual way with the guy. But and with the pants and the jeans, I flat lay those on a white background, or I also use a backdrop and a lighting kit. Really, the way I look at it is 90% of a buyer's decision on eBay to purchase something comes from the photos. So, I mean, they don't have to be perfect, but you want them to look the best that they can.
I agree. I think that you need titles to get to your buyers, but you need ultimately the picture close the deal. That's kind of like your closing pitch, your elevator speech, right? It's got
Sure.
to look appealing. I know when I go to the grocery store and I see those like bananas over there that look a little bruised, but then I see like the world's perfect bananas to my left, I will pick the world's perfect bananas because they look beautiful and they look like they're ready to eat. But that's not a good analogy, but you guys get the points. You got to take those beautiful photos. If you have an iPhone and you have problems with lighting or brighting, you can also use the setting on here. I know I got a little flack for it, but you double click and then you move your thumb up and it'll brighten the background. That's how I get my pure white backgrounds. But yeah, you gotta take, because I remember people always say that like clothing category and other categories are saturated, and whether I agree or don't agree with that statement, I do know that if you do whatever you can to bring yourself above and beyond with the competition, your items will get seen. You'll start selling stuff. For example, in all my conditions, I always say 100% money back guarantee. And my return rate is incredible. I've done that for over a year and a half now. So if you look at any of my listings, it says, in all my listings in the condition field say 100% money back guaranteed with an exclamation mark. And
doesn't that condition field populate like on the listing as you're scrolling through like the search results on eBay?
Well, yeah, once they pull up the listing, they're going to be able to see the condition field, and they're going to see 100% money back guaranteed. And so anytime they pull up the listing, they're going to see it. So just an idea. A lot of people are afraid to do that because they're like, oh, crap, it's going to invite the buyer to return the item. But I've got really good return rate, and it's just something that I do to reassure people that, hey, even though I have free returns, if you buy something, it's all guaranteed. I will give you your money back as long as the item's in the correct conditions.
I mean, that's the deal. Is a lot of buyers, they just need assurance that regardless of what happens, they'll get taken care of. It doesn't mean that they're going to, bend you over and take advantage of you. It just means that they have assurance if something goes wrong or if they're not pleased with something, that they have a way out. And that right there in itself, that'll get you a lot more business than if you were to not offer returns.
Exactly. And to combat the returns, maybe charge an extra quarter per item or list an extra couple items per day to combat the return issues. So just something to think about. So Jason, how has social media changed your life? Like, how is like your Facebook group and Instagram and starting your YouTube channel? And I'm putting his YouTube channel in chat, guys. But how has that changed your life? Like, how has that made you a better reseller?
Man, I didn't realize that I had just as much a passion to teach and to help other resellers recognize what they could improve in their business, as much as I like to learn how other resellers are improving their business and what they're doing to make things better. And over last winter, I made a great big push on eBay, and I really kind of challenged myself on making better buying decisions. And what it did for me was absolutely phenomenal. And I just wanted to be able to share that information I gathered from it with everyone else, and in hopes that, the ones that are struggling with online selling can, maybe do a better job and put more money in their pocket at the end of the day. And I mean, it just means a lot to me to be able to help someone that wants the help and asks for it. And, having this Facebook group and having a YouTube gives me that ability. And I want to help people. And if people are out there ready and willing to listen, I mean, I'm ready and willing to tell them.
Well, I think you're really approachable, and that's one characteristic of somebody that is caring and likes to help and likes to learn. Like, I started YouTube, and it's crazy. Like, when you first start a YouTube channel, you think, oh, your mindset is, what can I do to help people, right? And that's a great way to think about it. But also, like, in retrospect, more people has helped me than I have. I've received more than I gave, and I say that all the time. Like I get more knowledge from the people in chat than I do, and I think one thing that helped me with my previous job was, so it used to be like 10 years ago when I was in my early 20s that you didn't want to take any feedback. You think you know everything, and then I worked at my last job, and you change your mindset and you realize that maybe I don't know everything, and then you start taking feedback a lot better. So now, like, I take feedback tremendously well. If I don't know something and somebody corrects me, like, I more power to them and me because I learned that new thing. So I love being a part of the community, and that's one reason why we do this, Jason. It's one reason why I love having people like you on here, is because I don't care if somebody has 1 subscriber on Instagram or YouTube or none or 100,000 subscribers. There's some value that they can bring that I have no idea, right? And that can help me my day to day. So I think that's really, really cool of you to do that. And people can reach out to you on your YouTube channel and or Instagram and or Facebook group if they need help, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thrift Trader on Instagram and YouTube, and eBay Sellers Anonymous as the Facebook group. Yep.
By the way, I love every time I hear that name, I just think, oh, dude, that is the best name ever. eBay Sellers Anonymous. It is addicting to resell, right? It is addicting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very addicting. It's honestly, if I don't go to a thrift store for a couple of weeks, man, I've got to get my fixed, dude. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I can't stop. But now I need to do something different, but I can't stop.
So, are you putting all your items that you list in bins, or are you hanging everything?
I have, it's a little bit different for me than it is for a lot of other people. So it really just kind of, as far as your inventory system, it really depends on the amount of space that you have. But the way I have a 1,700 square foot shop, and I've got 10 industrial grade clothing racks, and I just leave everything, as far as the clothing, I leave it all hanging until it sells. Because at the end of the day, for me, I think, well, there's no use in putting more work into this item until it sells. And once it sells, that's when I'll package it up for shipping. So
I think that's good. That's why I started these racks here with these coats, is so I didn't put them in the bins, because I was finding that these things were taking up a lot of room in my bins. So I start doing that now, and it's starting to fill up. But these, I've got only 3 of them, and they're rolling. They're real nice, and you can put quite a bit on there.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a great, and then I'll put, obviously T-shirts, stuff like that.
Well, that makes perfect sense with coats and jackets, because they're so bulky. You'll fill up your bins too quickly.
Oh yes. And some of these are like pretty poofy too. So Jason, I love to ask this question, my man. And sometimes it's always the same, but do you have any websites or apps on your phone that you use, not just for reselling, but just to like, it could be like saving apps where you get like discounts at the grocery store, or it could be reselling apps, or is there anything that you use outside of just the eBay app and anything else?
Yes. Actually, there's an app called What's It Worth? And this is on an Android. I don't know if it's available for iOS. It probably is, but it's What's It Worth? And what this app does, you can like just search anything on eBay, and you can get the average price and the average shipping for that product, and it also gives you here. Let me just do a let me do a search here real quick, and I'll show you exactly what it does. It's pretty cool. Okay. Condition used. We're going to do used clothing, men's pants, right? Okay. Okay. So under, I searched for Filson pants. And if you see there, I don't know if you can see it. but it's showing me the average price. It shows auction in one column and buy it now in the other. And it's showing the average price and then including shipping, what the price would be and what your net margins would be. And then it gives a minimum and maximum, and it gives the percentage the percentage of sold on there as well. So I mean, it's really cool to look up. I really focus on like the percent sold to see if something is, you know, a highly sellable item or not.
Now, does that app cost? Is it free?
They've got a free version and then they've got a paid version. I think the paid version is only like $5. So it's, you know, it's not very expensive. It's an app that I use on a fairly regularly basis, but really the biggest of all of them is just the eBay app. And what I've been doing is I literally look up, I don't care if I know the brand will sell or not. I will look it up in the thrift store while I'm there and just kind of reassure myself before I make the purchase, you know? And what I like to do is I like to toggle between what's like the sold and the active listings and look at that number. Like look at the number that's sold, look at the number that's active. Because if the number, you got to remember, eBay shows us sold listings for the past 3 months. Okay. So if the number sold is the same or greater than the number that's active, currently active, that is telling you, like the snapshot in time, the past 3 months on eBay, that item that you've got has a 100% chance of selling within 90 days, given that it's priced fair market value. And so that's what I really focus on, is anything like where the number sold is equal or greater than the number active.
Oh my God, Jason, the nuggets are flying right now, man. The nuggets are, if only Frenchie was here to actually bring us real nuggets.
Oh man, I saw those Chick-fil-A nuggets and I got really hungry quick.
Oh, I was laughing so hard when she brought those real nuggets. I thought, she's so clever. Frenchie, you're so clever. You're so clever. That app is amazing. Guys, in chat, please let me know. Have you heard of that app? Type 1 for yes, no, 2 for no. I'm curious what your engagement is if you've tried that app. I don't think that's ever been on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. Like, Jason, you are hitting some records here, my man. You got me wearing this. You got the biggest super chat ever on this YouTube channel. You bring this app, and that's never been on this show before. Like, it's crazy. You're breaking some records here, my man.
Thank you. I should also cover another app that I use on a consistent basis for a lot of my research is Terapeak. And eBay bought Terapeak, I guess it was probably about a year ago. And they went to a monthly subscription. Used to, I mean, I think it was like an annual deal where you just paid one lump sum for annual. It's $30 a month, and it is a game changer. So definitely look into Terapeak. It is worth the money. If anything, I mean, I really encourage everyone to, like, when you're not doing much, literally just dig deep into eBay and just do market research, figure out what is selling, because it's going to make you that much better in the thrift store. Like, if you walk into, like, if I was to walk into, like, you know, the cassettes at the thrift store, like, you know, like the old school cassettes that you, like, you know, put in your Sony Walkman, I wouldn't know what to look for at all. Like, I would literally have to scan through every single one of them. But if I sat down and do research on cassettes on eBay, like really dive deep into that category on eBay and make a list of cassettes that sell for good money, now if I want to just make a quick pass through there, like, I can look for that list that's in my head or on my phone or whatever, and grab it and go.
Jason, you want to call this one out?
Oh, the Real Stitch $50 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Celebrating your 15,000 Instagram milestone. Congratulations. Frenchie, you are the chick.
You are the nuggets.
You are the nugget.
Yes.
I was going to say you the man, but that would not be right.
Frenchie, you didn't have to do that. I think you are a very special person. And I'm super glad that you decided to join social media and be part of this. You've got a fantastic YouTube channel. You, out of everybody that I've had on here, had me smile multiple times before you even got on the show with your crazy cool videos. And so I do appreciate you. Didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you. And so if there's anything you need, please let me know. Please let me know, Frenchie. All right, guys. So Jason, I love asking this question. I think it helps a lot of people. I say this every time just for people that are new here, possibly. But when I first started reselling, I found one person, which led to another person, which led to another person. There was no like clump of cool resellers that I can follow. And I love spreading the love. I don't think there's many YouTube channels out there that love promoting other resellers like Mr. Wade's Ventures here. And those of you who are in chat that possibly have not seen too many of these videos, if you have a Poshmark closet, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have an Instagram you want to promote, if you have anything that you want to promote reselling related, I humbly welcome you to put it in chat and see if other people will start following your journey. So just keep that in mind throughout my live shows. If you ever want to self-promote shamelessly, I have no problem doing that. You do not need to ask for my permission. But that brings me to my point, my man. Give me some resellers that you love following, both on, it could be on Instagram and or YouTube.
Okay. I am a YouTube junkie, dude. I'm not kidding you. If there's one thing that I waste my time on the most, it's probably sitting there on YouTube. And man, I'll tell you what, I got started watching Steve Rakin back, when he was flipping men's blazers on eBay. That's where it all began, like my infatuation with watching resellers on YouTube. And so Steve Rakin, amazing channel. That, like, I think literally thousands of videos now at this point. And Casey Paris, the Rockstar Flipper, great channel. He's always got the lowdown on all the news, all reseller. Okay, like he's the news guy of the community, definitely. And Chris used to be 10K on the Bay, now Daily Refinement. That guy is a hustler, and that guy knows really kind of. I watch him when I'm kind of trying to figure out processes, because that guy is like, the red tape kind of guy, where he's got tape on the floor where the wastebasket goes. That's the kind of dude he is. And so he's all about efficiency, and he's a good dude to watch. Steve and Steph Resell Killers, those guys are pretty cool. Absolutely. And there's also Rally Roots. Man, that is addictive, watching them. They do such a great job with their video editing. I mean, it's like watching a dang movie. It really is.
I got a message from Ryan today, or it could have been Allie. I don't know, one of the two. I think it was probably Ryan. Could have been Allie though. I don't know if they're watching, but I think I may have a package in the mail, guys. I think I may have a package in the mail. It's already shipped. They showed me the label, and it may possibly be a hat. I could be wrong. He didn't tell me what he was sending me, but I will unveil it to you guys very shortly. But yeah, they're amazing. I appreciate content creators like them, because it takes a lot of time and effort to edit those videos, and I know exactly what program he is using to edit his videos, and if you see the amount of chops that they have to do and edits they have to do, it takes quite a bit of time. I'm sure he's gotten pretty fluent with doing it pretty quick, but it takes a lot of time to bring out that like level of editing. So really cool people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's every time you sit down and edit a YouTube video, I mean, you're taking away time from the rest of your day to do it. And I mean, that right there in itself should show, like, devotion to their following on YouTube. Like, they're devoted to making great content for their viewers on YouTube. And like, anytime I watch them, I just know that they put time and effort into every single one of those videos that they're posting. I mean, it's really cool. It's not all necessary, you know. At the end of the day, it's not all necessary. Like, as long as the content's there and as long as the nuggets are there, you know, as long as you're getting valuable information from a video, like the editing, it's not necessary, but it's really cool to watch. And just seeing it just shows that they put time and effort into every single video.
So real quick, I do want to read this here from Bearded Picker. Wade is a lot of fun to do an interview with. Contact him if you have any valuable information to share, guys. So if you guys want to be on this channel, contact me. The best way to get a hold of me right now is Instagram. My email box is so backed up, it's incredible. So if you guys have been trying to contact me there, try Instagram, guys, if you want to come on board. So that would be awesome. All right, so Jason, we're getting towards the bottom here. I got a few more questions for you. The next question is this. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? The next question. Oh, by the way, real quick here, it looks like, okay, so man, I missed it, but I do want to shout out Katie and Vicky. No Pants Friday. They are a great YouTube channel, fantastic people, and it's very knowledgeable. I would love to pick Vicky's brain just for like a couple hours. I mean, she's she's a smart cookie. So
oh yeah, Vicky knows what's up. I don't think Katie wears pants at all.
No, I don't think she's a short. She's a shorts all the way. She's like me. I'll wear shorts in wintertime.
No pants Monday through Friday. Wasn't that covered in the last video?
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, I like to promote their channel because I have a deep respect for those two. Like I think they're doing fantastic stuff. There's nothing better I can think of than to love somebody, wake up with them, and do the same thing that you guys both love together. It's just really, really cool. So
yeah.
All right, so Jason, tell me, my man, tell me. You answer pretty much all my questions. I truly appreciate the app too, because that is something new that we have not heard on this channel. But I do want to ask you, what has social media done for your life? Like I know it's a deep question. It's one that I always leave off with. Like what has selling online, making money for your family done for you and your family?
Man, it's a tough one, because, you know, when I first started selling on eBay, I think I was only making like $10 an hour at my regular job. Of course, I didn't have an entire family. But when I started selling on eBay, I mean, eBay easily replaced that job, and I was able to be my own boss for an entire year. And when you work for yourself, even if it's for just a year, and you know, to make $10 an hour on eBay, like I was only working part-time for myself. So I mean, it was really, it's an experience that I hope that everyone gets to have at some point as an adult, is being able to, you know, take back your time and kind of be your own boss and do the things you want to do from a daily basis, at least, you know, for a little bit, if it's possible. And it is just an eye opener that, like, it opened up so many other opportunities for me. And being on social media and surrounding myself with other resellers, like, I learn things every single day. Like, I learn new strategies and new things to look for. And I mean, at the end of the day, we're all in this to pick things up for cheap and sell them for expensive. And that's really kind of what it all boils down to, is putting a little money in your pocket and just having that little extra money. Like, you know, I can take my kids out to a dinner. I can take my daughter on a father-daughter date. I can take, you know, my wife out to Red Lobster, where she gets like the $40 crab legs. And so, you know, having eBay and being able to resell all this stuff, it really it's life changing because I have the ability to do things that I used to not be able to, and that's what it's all about.
I got one thing from that too that I really respect. Something that Bearded Picker told me is like, take back your time, take back your life. It's you got to work hard. You leave at 40 to work in 80 sometimes when you're full time, but take back your life, guys. Take back your life. So I want to say again, I appreciate you coming on board. I appreciate you breaking records, super chat records. I appreciate you just dropping the nuggets, the knowledge. That's what the show's all about, getting to know people. Guys, if you're watching this after the fact, in the description below is his YouTube channel. In the comments below is his YouTube channel link, so you guys can click that and subscribe. If you have any questions, he's got eBay Resellers Anonymous, which is the best name ever. And then on top of that, he'll have a thread. What was the thread going to be? Oh gosh, Intervention Anonymous. Yeah, it's good times. All I can say is, like, I was the grocery store today. I was walking by. What was it, today or yesterday? I can't remember. Maybe it was yesterday. Anyways, I was walking by the to pay for my groceries, and no, it was today. It was today. Sorry, guys, it was today. Anyways, I saw this magazine and it said laughter. Gosh, now I'm drawing a blank. Like, laughter basically extends your life. Like the science behind laughter. And so I am trying my darndest to laugh more often so I live longer, so I can resell longer, and wear these really ridiculous Bronco sweaters long. So, all right, guys. That being said, I'm going to look through the chat after this, find out what reseller you want me to send the sweater to. Stay tuned until tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a YouTube video out. I have this new series. It's called Pop-Up Reseller. There's already one video. They're only 5 minutes long. It's called Pop-Up Reseller. And if you look 2 videos before this, you'll notice the Pop-Up Reseller was the first one. Second Pop-Up Reseller possibly is going to be uploaded tomorrow, guys. So stay tuned for that. It's a really cool series where we showcase a already filmed reseller for 3 to 5 minutes about how they resell. If you guys want to be a part of that, send me 3 to 5 minute clips of how you resell and a little bit about yourself, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel. It's called Pop-Up Reseller. So, guys, thank you so much for joining.
Dude, Wade, thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast. I hope we get to do it again at some point. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my man. You guys are welcome for joining, because you're the ones, everybody in chat, everybody that watches this is the reason that we're so successful. Guys, have an awesome day, and I will chat at you guys. I was probably next week, but there's going to be a video out tomorrow, guys. So much love. Have a great night, guys.
We'll see y'all.